Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Realness with three S's, also streaming on entertainment in color. I'm your, I will say maybe annoyed host, Francis. I have Miss TJoy joining us today. How are you, Miss TJ? What adjective would you describe how you're feeling right now?
27 times.
27 times. If you know, you know.
I ain't
terrible.
never in my life begged nobody. You hear me? I've been in love. I've been in love, and I ain't begged nobody like that.
And Mika is joining us also. What adjective would you describe your experience after these last two episodes of Bachelor in Paradise?
Oh, Jesus. Yesterday's episode, I barely paid attention. After the first, they did the wrong thing. They put the good stuff the first 15 to 20 minutes, and then the rest of the episode was trash. And this episode was unnecessary and abusive.
Who's the abuse towards us? The audience?
I mean, we got caught in the crossfire. I don't.
Why did we have to watch that? I'm sorry, guys. I didn't know.
Crazy.
I didn't know.
It's toxic.
We didn't show one healthy couple. Well, sorry, they did show Brandon and Serene a little bit, and Tyler and Brittany, like a little bit. That's what we got. Every other couple, not healthy,
and not an enjoyable toxic. You know, like
no.
Like it's none of the relationships I cared for. And, you know, usually when you're watching a show, you wait till the commercial break to go do anything else that you want to do.
Right.
I waited until like it was like Michael and Danielle talking to go make myself something to eat. Because I was like, I don't need to watch this.
Exactly. I said on Twitter, skipping Michael and I'm sorry, Danielle. Skipping Michael and Danielle scenes is self-care. I'm sorry.
Ooh, that is self-care. And then they were voted prom king and queen.
I don't even.
Of course they were. Joe, grocery store Joe edit. He got all season. F whoever decided that one.
Right.
Hi V, thank you for being here. Hi V Dub. Hi ladies. I didn't even bother to watch. Just been waiting for y'all's recap and discussion. V Dub, I mean, I'm very happy that you're here, but you need to kind of watch to know how horrible it was. Like it was really, I was like, why 4 hours of my life I'm dedicating towards this plus a recap? Why?
Yeah.
This is torture.
It's just, woo.
Torture. But thank you for being here. We're gonna probably be quite incredulous this recap. Hi, Dabu.
Hi, Dabu.
Dabu, how did you feel about this episode? What adjectives or phrase would you describe your feelings towards these last two episodes, we'll say, of Bachelor in Paradise? This is not paradise at all. This is Bachelor in the fiery depths of hell.
with a low tolerance of pain. It's like a low level pain.
Oh, don't even get me started with this. Okay, now let's get back to yesterday before I get irritated by that entire conversation. I'm not ready to be there yet. So yesterday's episode starts with everybody somber on the beach, and Jasenia's talking a lot at the beginning of this episode. So I'm like, okay, so is Andrew talking a lot. So I'm like, it's gonna be about them. And I was like, boy, what's up?
It's like, they're over. Once she started talking about how great their relationship was, I'm like, yeah, y'all are done.
Me, I ignore so many couples. It's crazy.
You have to. You had to.
There's no way to get through it. I was like, if I'm really engrossed in a show, I'm not going to stop to go and make something to eat. You know what I mean? I'm going to watch it and like either not eat or eat late. You know? And I was like, nah, I don't want to eat too late. I'm gonna make food during Michael and Danielle's conversation.
Especially if you have your TV loud enough, you don't need to see their faces. Like,
and I didn't go back and rewind anything.
Listen, listen, yesterday I had a parent teacher organization meeting, and I missed like an hour of the show. I watched the first 30 minutes, tried to keep watching. I was like, nope, fast forward. I never went back, caught right back up.
I know
Today
that's
I
right.
had parent teacher conferences. I missed the first 20 minutes, went back. I was like, there's no reason. There is no reason.
No reason.
No. Well, Dabu says, as if this cast isn't annoying as it is, they now bring Rachel to the beach. Facepalm
And
emoji.
she was all
Oh,
more happy to snitch.
Oh,
She
wait till we get to that part.
snitch.
oh my gosh. Yeah, I know. It's coming. Okay, let's get there. So we finally see the scene where Brandon's crying to Serene on the beach. So I'm like, okay, finally, we got here. We know why all of his friends are upset and sad. So cool. And he does say to her though that you're the most beautiful thing that I have now. He's very poetic in his language, and I was kind of bugging him on Michelle's season just because I'm just like, it's just so hokey and I don't believe it. But I don't mind it when he says it to Serene, like his hokey language. It lands fine for me.
It's something about their connection, I think, because I was the same exact way. I did not believe him when he was with Michelle. I did not like him when he was with Michelle. And he's giving the same exact energy.
Right.
Because people have commented on that, oh, but this is the same exact energy that he gave Michelle.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it just works.
I think it's because
it's
likes
him.
it. And
this
she
is
likes
who
him.
he is, and now you can really see this is just who he is. You know.
Yeah, I never doubted that though. Like I always felt like that was it. I just didn't like it with Michelle.
Yeah, I was just like, it was too much. And like cry back. Like, oh my God, no. It's not good. So all the girls are supporting Eliza and about like the decision that she had to make and talking about this whole thing with Eliza. And then Eliza shows up at Justin's house Justin's shocked in Baltimore.
Just walking in Baltimore streets with no purse or nothing, huh? Just walking them streets.
And a camera crew.
Right.
And a camera crew.
Walking them streets.
Now,
listen, I was here for it though. I told y'all last episode.
No, I want to see this.
I want to see it.
I want to see this. Absolutely. This was definitely an interesting scene that I wanted to see how it played out. It played out differently than I thought it was. And I think it played out the right way, though. You know, like I know. So what ends up happening is, she kind of says, in the end, I finally went after what I wanted, and that's you. But she also says at one point that like she didn't want Rodney to feel like he was second best or second choice or whatever.
He deserved somebody
to be chosen first.
Hesitate about him.
How on earth does that woman think, with her using that as an excuse as to why she broke up with Rodney, that he would not feel second best?
But I'm gonna tell you, I think that was when she said that, he latched onto that and was like, "That's what I'm gonna use to get out of this."
Yeah, probably.
He did not want her for real. He did not want her for real. It was just something to do to get back on the beach. Oh, it's a name I threw around. Oh, if she come back, I'd be interested. Oh, okay, let's put you on the beach. Once he left that beach, he was done with it.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I do think that he might have had the interest in her. But sorry, go Tamika.
Yeah, okay, so that's what I was going to say. So come to find out, I listened to a bunch of podcasts. He said it, he was very interested in Eliza prior to this. So I listened to Clickbait. On it, Natasha, who is very good friends with Justin, because remember I had said I didn't understand why Victoria F didn't get assist with Justin, because her and Natasha are good friends, and him and Natasha are good friends. She did say on Clickbait to Eliza, that Justin and Rodney both had been talking about you prior to Bachelor in Paradise. And then Justin also put out statements saying he was very interested in Eliza prior to Paradise. So he was interested. I also think he was interested on the beach. Where the interest died was her choosing Rodney instead of him. He's a Gemini,
He's not
First
gonna
of all,
care.
he's
Doesn't care.
Justin. He's a slightly ego driven.
Of course.
Second of all, it like, and she did give him that out because it was like, well, then why didn't you choose me? She allowed peer pressure to make her make a wrong choice, and he was never, ever going to be happy with that.
No way.
No way.
No way. No way. Like and just like, she's very beautiful and she's super cute and she was so like sheepish how she was just like smiling at him because she thought that like this is what was gonna make him be like okay with it. Maybe that's what she would have liked, if someone was just to do this kind of grand gesture. But not this Gemini. This Gemini is not going to be second best when he can go and buzz around and be with whomever he wants and like flirt with this person, flirt with that person, not be attached. Like, and he was putting his interest in you. You said you didn't want him, so he let you go. Like,
Right.
And so the fact that she was so upset, I was like, girl, like you really did this to yourself. She played herself big time, unfortunately. She could have had both of those men like in probably a great committed relationship. I wouldn't be surprised if she just had chosen who she wanted and stuck with it. Mm-hmm. Exactly. So Justin, though, when he says like he wanted to be chosen first without hesitation, I was like, absolutely. Absolutely. Everybody wants to be chosen first without hesitation. So the fact that I do agree with you that he probably was like, oh, that's a good out. Yes. Because I didn't know how to break this off because I'm not interested anymore. But like this works really well. But like everybody wants to be chosen. She wanted to be chosen by Rodney. She wanted to be chosen by. So why didn't she think that Justin would have wanted to be chosen first?
Right.
Like nobody wants to be chosen second. Maybe if it was still on the beach, maybe a little back and forth could have happened. But she made the decision. She gave someone their rose. That means that the rest of the conversation's done between them. It's over. No coming to Baltimore.
You know what? I think the thing is, if she had done that, if it had been reversed, right? And she had done this grand gesture for Rodney, because his feelings were so deep for her, I don't know that he would have turned her down.
Maybe though, I could see.
I don't know. I don't know. But you know how like just with what's his name going back and going back to they're picking one person at the Bachelor, then they going back. Some people will take you back. Some people will be because their feelings are so strong. What I'm saying is Justin wasn't invested enough. Yes, he wanted to meet her. Yes, he liked her, but his feelings were not like Rodney's feelings. So he's just not invested enough to even take you back after you saying that. Like it's like no, it's good. I left it there. I don't know. I mean, Rodney might not have, but I think she would have had a greater chance with him than with Justin.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
I mean, yeah, I think it would be slightly higher. That being said, I still don't see it happening. He's
the rejection is too high.
He's also an Aries, so that's a lot of fire. She bruised his ego. He said it. He felt embarrassed. He thought that she had chosen him, and I think he also would have been like, you didn't choose me though. Like what's the difference? Why are you coming back? And I love that you came and are fighting for you, but again, he said it. I deserve somebody who's going to choose me. I don't think Rodney would have went to Michelle if she chose him afterwards.
Right, exactly.
Even if he wasn't best friends with Babatunde. So I just don't. I don't think it's in the male nature to be second fiddle.
Yeah, they're
very few men will allow the rejection, and I can only name two that I know that they felt rejected but still took the person back, and that's Thomas with Becca. She literally dumped him on the beach and then came begging back.
But it was, right? I think it was a closer time frame as well. And it was like as soon as they got their phone back, she messaged him and I
think I messed this up, right?
I think she didn't want to get engaged. I think that was more about
Joseph from Big Brother, same kind of thing. He thought she was done with him, and he he made the first move to see if she was still interested. So, I mean, and my whole thing is just wrap me a Thomas and Joseph in a package and send
Oh
it to
my
me.
God, I just got
Honey,
goosebumps. I got
honey,
goosebumps when you said that right now.
honey. Okay.
Okay, but again, those are very secure men.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those are
Well,
very
Leo and
secure men.
Gemini's, right? So
And the rejection was not like I chose somebody over you.
that's true.
No, I mean,
Well,
I
Monty
think
would admit it.
Joseph thinks that Joseph thought that he got chosen over at the point that they were. But that being said, I feel like it takes like a certain type of secure type of man to be rejected and to allow that to come back and say, you know what, I was wrong. Can we do this again?
Right.
Not every man is going to be able to do that. But it just is what it is.
That is another couple too that he wasn't ready, and then they broke up, and then they got back together. I can't remember like how it ended up going down, but they just got married, so they good.
They
They
good
good.
with their baby
Yeah.
and everything. They good.
The baby living down the street.
Yeah.
I think they still live down the street, anyways. Liberty Village, I think they live. So Eliza, though, she kind of leaves. Obviously, her ego's bruised at this point, and she leaves talking to producers, whatever. And she just doesn't understand why he responded that way, and doesn't think that he should have responded that way. And I'm like, I can't imagine someone responding in any other way than this. I'd be like, sorry, why are you here? Like, I'd have probably been rude if it happened to me like that. Like, I'd be like, we are done. Like, when you made that choice, I cut off all my feelings towards you. Like, we're done. I was like, okay, that's over. She made her choice. Like, I'm on the train moving on. And the fact that she thinks that he was just like pining, waiting for her and like needed this grand gesture. I mean, maybe she thought she was in a rom-com and like she's going to chase after him out at the train station. You know what I mean? Like, I made the wrong decision.
She's a Doris. She definitely thought this was a rom-com.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, well, you can't. I don't think that Geminis are in rom-coms. No. Taurus will be maybe Libras, like Cancers, maybe Scorpios.
Yeah.
These people that want these grand gestures that Aquarius and Geminis and Aries don't know what's going on.
Sagittarius.
No idea. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. We're getting to that. We're getting to that whole lot of mess. So we see Mara, like Marinara, show up to the beach, meeting Jesse. And like, did they tell everybody on the beach not to engage with her? Because like, I thought that was rude, though.
It was so rude. I felt so bad for her. She was like, I mean, they're all looking all sad and just like she just wants to talk to some of the guys. And then when she does, like, I'm in a relationship. I mean, you know, it's like kind of spoken. I felt so
what
bad for her.
Is she from? Sorry, I don't know her.
Clayton's.
Okay.
So Mara pulls Andrew to talk, and he tells her about Rodney. Wait, so what did he say about Rodney? Oh, that's why everybody was upset, right? And so she kind of understands. And so, but she has her first one-on-one date card, and like nobody's excited for her. I was just like, you guys are just so rotten. Like, you know, you've been on the beach for a month, fine. You're in your relationship, fine. You are sad that Rodney left, fine. But when, like, if this is somebody coming to your home, like, why are you not greeting them and be like, hey, like, come on, like, someone showing them around or whatever? Like, it's just no hospitality. It's quite rude. She pulls Logan for a chat and Johnny for a chat. And Johnny obviously says his connection's really strong with Victoria. He pulls Justin. I was like, Justin? I'm like, oh, one of the twins. She says like he's so young. I'm almost 10 years, a decade older than him. And I was like, yeah, like this is not going to work for me. Hopefully it doesn't work for you. But she does choose him to go on this date. And Florence is going to have all kinds of attitude towards Mara.
Isn't it funny how quickly she forgot? She had all that attitude towards Justin when he chose Mary, but then with NC, she was like, "Why is she acting like that over a conversation?" I was like, "Ma'am, you were acting like that over a conversation, and then the third day, and you acted terrible, you know." But yeah, she was very upset. Why do they have to keep doing these dates where they put sauce and it's just
You don't want to go on a human churro date?
no, I don't.
Justin was like, "Stop putting me in food" on Twitter because it was a burrito last week. I can't.
So Demu says, why do so many people turn down a date? Just go have fun. Absolutely. But it's because these women are saying, like, you guys these grand gestures. You can't go on a date with anybody because that's going to negate everything that's happening with us. And it's like, you're on Paradise to date people. And then you come back to your person and you see where you stand. Like, you're supposed to be exploring the field to a certain extent. And then when you get to a serious point, then maybe you could be like, okay, like it's just me and you, we're boyfriend and girlfriend. But before you're boyfriend and girlfriend, I think that you should still be dating other people. This show needs to watch Love Island more.
They do not believe in it, and it's crazy.
Well, I mean, the thing is, you have people who are doing it, and then they got shit for doing it. So you have Andrew getting shit from Jasenia for she basically laid that out, and I was like, so you mean he did Paradise? Like, so you mean he did what the show asked him to do, and you're giving shit for him? Logan, same thing.
He can't even ask you if he can go. If he asks, it's a problem. Don't even ask. We were further along than that. You're not supposed to be asking me. Oh my goodness.
and Shanae, and so and to be fair to Eliza, people are saying when Rodney chose her over Lace, it was all good, but when she decided that she wanted Justin over Rodney,
fine,
it was a problem. And yes, I agree that she probably should have figured out maybe 2 seconds before she had him hit the car. But that being said, she also had less time to make that decision. So,
well, also though, like there was no like juggling back and forth. Like, I don't think that if Rodney went to Eliza and then back to Lace, like if that Lace would be really excited to be getting back with Rodney. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nobody's really loves that position other than in rom-coms.
Right. Which is why I'm fine with Justin. I agree. I think he had no skin in the game. And you want to get led by your ego, that's fine.
I don't, but like, it just doesn't, like, he probably was turned off. Like, he probably,
I think he was turned off.
He got the ick.
Yeah. Like you chose Rodney, who, this was the other thing Justin said. He said he was told she wasn't with anybody. He was told that she wasn't with any of his boys.
Is so damn messy. They are like the other person on the beach. They are so messy.
And that's what I said. I said that they probably showed him a picture like, guess who's on the beach? And he was like, oh, cool. And they're like, go ahead and go down. And they didn't tell him.
Okay, for Eliza, yeah. And then and now everybody says that he's a terrible person because he's taking his friend's girl, whatever. And like, he didn't have all the information. Production's rude. So V says, I wish that Mara could have asked a girl on a date and just go have fun. I know. I wouldn't be wasting these date cards on some of these losers. Sorry, the losers, in my opinion. I mean, they're fine people. They're young, whatever. But like, none of them are catches from my experience of what I would be looking for. Even if I was 10 years ago, even 20 years ago, I don't think I'd find any of them a catch. No, I like swagger. These guys don't have it. Maybe I know. I definitely would like flirt with Justin. I'd probably joke around. I don't know if I'd have a romantic thing with Rodney, but like I think we'd be like best friends. Is that it?
I would have. I'm
not interested in Andrew. I like him, but he's definitely like a younger brother vibe for me.
Mm-hmm. Andrew is not my.
Yeah, he's not my cup of tea.
I like Andrew as a person.
as a person. Right,
Yeah.
right, right. But
Yes,
I'm
yes,
talking about
yes, yes.
He's like a
romantically.
younger
And
brother.
I think he will invent, especially after this episode. I think he handled both of those conversations very, very well. Contrary to whatever anybody else says, I think he handled Jasenia coming at him correctly. I think he handled NC. What she did to him was actually disgusted the shit out of me, and we'll talk
It
about
was
that.
terrible.
It was terrible and
27 times.
borderline abusive. And if it was the other way
Yes.
around, they would be writing letters. I think he
Absolutely.
handled both of those women very well. And I believed him in what he said about his reasoning for not getting where he needed to be eventually. But I think he handled it well. He's just not my type.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Rodney probably more my type.
I agree.
Um, but Justin also not my type. But
No, my God.
he's handsome.
I think I
I
could
would
have
like
a good time
Alec.
with Alec. I mean, he's handsome, but I don't know if he had. I don't know what it is. There is something that he's missing for me to be like, oh, like maybe he's not. No, he had that one joke that was kind of funny. I don't know what it
I
is
don't think he
though.
got enough airtime. It might be more to him. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, he was on Michelle's season. He was part of like the cool kids that went on like Ellen and like different shows about the Bachelor, doing the promotion stuff. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, Dabu has a great point. My favorite approach has always been Adam and Raven. Both explored with other people, but ended up together. Secure people.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. That's, anyways. Especially, like, I guess, like, what frustrates me is that it's fine to be in a relationship on the beach and not want to explore other things with other people and
right.
want to be just exploring with one person. Absolutely. But I don't feel like the connections that people are having warrant them being in some sort of committed relationship. Like, I just don't feel like I don't see the vibe. I don't see the spark. I don't see the potential. Like, I don't see that for all these people that are like, you can't talk to anybody else. And I'm like, but like, you
I
guys are
don't know
not
if
getting
it's
married.
because I don't know. I just feel like this season, I don't know if people's mental health is just kind of like they want to be chosen. They want somebody, they want that security blanket. They don't want to be alone. If that's become more of the focus because the spark is not there, they're more worried about being alone and not having a person versus having a strong connection. It's like no, 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 don't go because they know that that connection that they have with that person isn't that strong, and they're scared that if they go, it might be stronger, and they just don't want to be alone. They're more concerned about staying on the beach. It's like I want to get to the finish line. I want to stay on the beach.
Matthew saying NC was begging for one more episode of airtime.
Exactly, Matthew. That's what
Ooh.
I'm saying. She was like, just give it one more night, please, just for tonight, please, Andrew. Please,
Oh,
please,
sorry. I
Andrew.
feel
I
sick.
was like,
I feel sick.
I had to look away. I had to literally look away. I was
It's so
like, this
uncomfortable.
is so embarrassing.
Debbie says the two Nates got swag. I do think Nate has swag, NAYTE. Who's the other Nate? I can't think of him right now.
Gabby and Rachel's Nate.
Gabby
Yes.
Gabby Rachel's Nate.
Babatunde, yes. Both
Wait,
Nates.
who's Gabby and Rachel's Nate? I can't remember who that is right now.
Oh, the one
Gabby
with the
Rachel's
daughter.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
Oh, he was a little artsy. He seemed a little artsy with the
No,
twist and the
he's
thing.
fine though. And he
He's
has
good. Yeah, he's good.
personality.
They're my
If you
type.
watch, if you go on his TikToks, the man's got it.
Oh,
And
oh,
his brother is
oh.
also fine. His twin,
Oh, he has a
Identical?
twin?
he has a
Yeah.
twin.
Oh,
Identical
wait a minute.
or fraternal?
Let me see. I don't know. They look pretty. They look pretty similar. I can't tell. They have some differences. Nate.
Do they
I
both
don't
have
know. I
their
follow
hair the
both
same
Nates.
way?
Probably.
No,
Yeah.
that's why I'm not sure because one has braids and he has dreads. Let me see. He did a really good
So
TikTok with
while you're
this.
pulling it up,
Mhm.
I did like the fact that Mara was connecting with Justin over the fact
There.
that he's a Capricorn. So I was like, okay,
Mhm.
that's good.
He, of course, he pinned it, so I was like looking for it. Can you see it?
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, his brother looked better.
I told you.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it.
Yes. Yes.
I'll prove.
Yes.
I'll take them all. Wrap them up.
Okay.
I'm into those jeans. Those jeans are very
I might have to find that TikTok. Okay.
It's pinned to his Nate Mitchell. It's pinned to the top of his.
Okay, done. I'm gonna go look that up after.
Uh-huh.
So Mara joins the group before her date, and Florence is pissed, and you see Victoria be like, "Ooh, the claws are out," and Battle of the Cougars, and like that's also I hate that.
I hate that.
It's just
And
like
first of all, you're only a cougar over 50. Where
Right.
Puma is under.
but it's like I just hate the fact that they're exploiting the early 30s women by not giving them any actual potentials
Thank you.
and forcing them to go out with these younger men that it's just it's not going to work out. A decade younger, no, it's just not going to work out right now. And then get to call them cougars now because of this. It's just like it's just so distasteful, and like I hate it, to be honest. Today we become the human churros. They kiss. Do we want to talk anything more about this date?
No.
Okay, good. We see Johnny and Victoria on the beach. We do learn a little bit more about Johnny. He does seem to be very uncomfortable with talking things that are personal, but we learn that his older brother is in prison. And they say that he used to be called Pork Chop. Was he chubby? Was that what he was referring to?
I guess.
I didn't get that. And then I was trying to figure out what he was saying about his parents. Was he saying that his parents were taking it bad that his brother was in jail?
I think
or was
so.
he saying that his parents don't get along?
I think that he was saying that there's probably some dissension in the family due to the fact that his brother's in jail.
Okay.
And so I think just like it's not like a happy mom and dad like cookie cutter relationship. I think that there's probably some dissension. That's what I gathered from it, but it wasn't clear. Then we hear Kate. I really hope she does not get on to Selling Sunset because I don't enjoy her at all. There might be some people that love her and think that she's great TV, but I think she's actually quite mean.
I think she could probably sell a house though. I mean, you don't want to see her in this environment, but like I feel like she would just be detail oriented, like as my realtor and like sell a house. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Watch Selling Sunset though?
Do, like in different aspects. Huh?
Have you seen the show?
I have.
Okay, so like, do you know Christine?
Yeah, I love her.
She's so annoying.
I love her though, but she's good at what she does.
But that's what I feel like Kate is trying to do, is be that kind of like star. And I prefer Christine way more than I like.
Oh, I definitely prefer Christine.
I mean, and also Selling Sunset is not just about selling the houses, right? Like it's about their relationships and their friendships and their personal lives, because that was why Selling Tampa got canceled, because they weren't selling houses and then they were boring or something like that, right? So
it wasn't great. The dynamics weren't good.
I thought they were selling some houses. I don't know.
One house, and we're just the one house that they sold, I think.
I don't know.
So Kate wants to be wowed. She wants to be swept off her feet. And that she learned, I don't know if it's from her mom or stepmom or something, but the first couple of weeks is the best it's gonna get. And so she's not that impressed by these first couple of weeks with Logan. It's like, leave the poor boy alone.
So why are you fighting so hard? That's what I'm saying. It's like they just want to be on the show.
Just leave him alone. So Logan and Kate are on the daybed having a chat now because she needs to be wowed. And I thought that Logan was handling her really well, because I would have been fed up from the jump. Like, I would just be like, what now? And then I wrote, Kate sucks. I'm like, and then he really backed down. I'm like, oh man, you backed down. I thought he was going to like come back and be like, hey, like, listen, do you not want me? Are you not interested in me? Because you just nitpick everything that I am. If I'm not if you want, you can't make me into who you think I should be, and just be done with it. but he keeps like, have they slept together? Like, why is he so hooked?
He likes her. He keeps saying he has such strong feelings for
Oh,
her.
it must be but like definitely Taurus is like the best lover in the zodiac. So they must have a sparky kiss. They must have like a zing in the kiss, you know?
I don't know.
They must have a zing because like she's just so exhausting. She's exhausting for me to watch. I don't know how he can stand it, especially him being a Sagittarius.
And see, listen, still, her, she's older and she's unevolved. Unevolved.
She thinks she's so evolved.
And
So
she thinks she's
Dabu says, actually, like Johnny and Victoria's convo, shame it doesn't mean anything in real time. Absolutely. This whole episode, like, well, this whole season, but this whole episode was just a lot of like, oh, this didn't age well.
Right, right. Sometimes you hate to know other things because you're like looking at it like, I don't even believe it.
Yeah, you can't believe it. You can't pretend to believe it at this point. Exactly. So we see Florence going around complaining. I would have just liked to have like a hug and a kiss. She's visibly annoyed. And then I think it was Aaron that says this, a couple of cradle robbers getting into it. I'm just like, I don't want this kind of commentary on people's ages in this dating show. And like, I think it's really unfair. And they only do that to the women. Why aren't they saying this about Michael? Before it was Michael is the best guy, he deserves love. Oh my God, he's so good. Like he's also 38 years old, and the people that he was dating was like 12 years his junior or so.
Right.
Like, where is that? Like, looking for your trophy wife kind of comments or whatever. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But no. He gets the applause and the hero edit, and these two women that are just like going with what they've been given.
Exactly. You keep bringing 24 and 26-year-old people. What are they supposed to do?
So rude. So Justin, though, does feel like there's a better connection with Flo, so he breaks it up with Mara. And now Logan, after this conversation with Kate, feels really good about his lady. Gosh. And then NC shows up on the beach. And she's interested in meeting Andrew. Which I thought was interesting. I didn't remember who NC was. Is she from Clayton? Yeah.
And I didn't watch it. Yeah, she's from Clayton season.
And so another blonde girl shows up. Her name is Lindsay. I didn't really remember her at all. Flo is pissed. She's like, more women. ... Great. Because Lindsay then pulls Logan again. Like, he must look good in person.
I don't get it. Just like they were describing him when Kate was describing him to Gabby.
Like,
he's so tall and handsome. And they're like, yes. And I'm like, huh?
How tall? Like 6'2"?
I don't know.
6'2" is like a normal height for me. Like I like super tall personally, but like I don't know if like the height would make up for him.
I just feel like also Logan is one of those people, no shade, but you feel like, listen, you're asking too much of him. You have to meet him where he's at. Like, you're really asking too much of him. So that's already like, I'm not, high intellect. That's a turn on to me. It's just, it's not my cup of tea.
Not mine either. So we hear that Lindsay's definitely a babe. This is Logan saying this. They chat. But she's not sure if Logan's going to say yes. So Kate obviously does not want Logan to go on a date. So cut to then NC and Andrew having a little bit of NC and Lindsay have their date cards, and NC chooses Andrew, Lindsay chooses Logan, but he says, I'll have to talk to Kate first. Oh, kiss of death, Logan. Kiss of death.
So just said no then.
Right.
I said he should have just said no then.
Absolutely, he should have said no. He should have said no.
Let him go.
I was really hoping that he would have said yes and have a better time with Lindsay and have Kate be dropped. That was what my dream was. Because like I don't like the way that she is treating this person. Like I don't
Right.
particularly like Logan, but I do not like the way that she's just trying to change this poor guy that's just like trying to have a good summer on the beach, and you're just trying to like make him into like someone that has like an Equinox membership and like
And he drives an orange Honda.
or orange
And what she said is
Honda.
a dog walker. She said he drives an orange Honda and is a dog walker. I'm like, you are telling this man that he needs to step it up, but you are dogging him in your confessional. You are dogging him.
Well, we're gonna get to how hypocritical she is. So Logan and Kate talk, and I'm confused. Like I thought that you're even entertaining this. I don't. And she's like, he says, like I feel like you're always disappointed in me, that you're critical and frustrated with me constantly. Critical?
What have I said? I've only
Critical?
said one thing.
Like-
I've only said one thing. Meanwhile, in your confessional, you have said 25 things, ma'am.
Okay, let's go. Let's list off what she said about Logan. She says, okay, he can't afford an Equinox membership, and he has a trainer. Okay,
Right.
He
drives an orange Honda. He's a dog walker. He has 2 roommates. You know, it's probably a pigsty in his apartment. He doesn't even. What didn't she say? Something like he has no savings. She also was like, I don't think he can afford anything because he can't even afford an apartment by himself. I mean, it was just she has said so much.
Is she critical? like she's the most critical of him. Like that's what another thing too. What did she expect after the show? Right? Like to be like
Nothing. She don't want him.
Yeah, exactly.
She don't want him.
And he's like, I feel like you look down on me. She does. You're feeling it all right, Logan. Like you're getting
Trust your gut. Trust your gut.
Trust your gut. And she totally doesn't respect him. And it's true. I don't think she does at all.
Nope.
No respect whatsoever. So the Bachelors historically are older, but only Clara got that label of her being old.
Exactly.
And yet they still can't cast a senior Bachelor.
Just do it. Just do it. I would maybe even apply.
You should.
It's for some silver fox. Let's see what she do. Kate is so classic. It's gross. Absolutely. She's not the catch that she thinks she is. Absolutely. I don't think she's a catch personally.
She sure is not. Okay.
I do not think she's a catch at all. At all. Mm-mm. So we see Kate now after bitching to the women for the fact that they had this really amazing conversation. And then like now he's even entertaining the idea of going on a date with somebody. And I'm just like, he doesn't know, like you haven't given him the full rule book. And that's what I find that she does, that Eliza did, even Jasenia is doing to a certain extent, where it's like they expect people to do certain things the way that they think that it should be done. And the guys don't know what they're talking about. They're just like,
they don't know. You haven't.
I missed a guy on a beach. I thought I'm supposed to be here dating people. Okay, sorry. What am I supposed to do? Grand gestures. Oh, okay. Wait, what else am I supposed to do? Not go on dates with people, but I don't ask you first. Just say no first, or what? You know what I mean? Like they're not clear,
right,
as to what they want.
I'm trying to think with last season. Were last season the women this terrible and the men better, or what? Like
it's been getting worse and worse and worse every season, in my opinion. Because the cast like I didn't like Katie's season.
So, I hated Katie's season.
Right, and so
and it was definitely not the men as much as it was Katie. She was literally the villain of her season.
Right.
But it also bred some of my least favorite people on that beach, which is that's an Aaron, that's James.
Oh, that's true.
I'm not a fan of those two. I'm not a fan of Michael.
Yeah, that's true.
Like so I don't like the stars of her season for the most part. I love Thomas, absolutely. I think Justin obviously was a good addition. Like I'm interested in what's going on with him.
Basically, I like 90% of the men of color from her season, but
she was never choosing them. So
but she was never choosing. And to be honest, they weren't choosing her either. They thought the Bachelorette was going to be Michelle or Brie.
It's true. That is true. That is true. So Logan tells Lindsay that 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 Kate doesn't want him to go on this date. So Lindsay decides to go home, and it's just like, what a waste! What a
It
waste!
was. It was.
What a
It was a waste.
waste! I would have loved Logan to have like a good time, but he's like terrified of Kate. It's just so weird. I mean, I guess
And the
that's what
same
kind of
thing
happened.
happened last season. McKenna came last on sand, and then she went right home. Stop
Yeah,
doing this.
it's just not
Exactly.
good TV, guys. Not good TV. So Johnny doesn't think that Kate is treating Logan well, and I'm like, yeah, Logan.
Yeah.
I agree with Dabu here. Like Johnny should have slapped some sense into Logan. Yeah, wake up. Like
Wake
Johnny
up.
at least has his finger on the pulse here that Kate isn't it, like at all, not it. So Andrew though is not sure he's on the same page with Jasenia. We knew this from day dot. Like the fact, right?
I've been saying it. People kept saying, "Oh, don't you see?" I said, "There is nothing there. He
He
does
just
not like
doesn't
her.
like her.
He has no energy for her. He's just with her because she's just there." And I was like, otherwise, he would not be there. I think if Brittany had come back and said, "You know what? I really want to be with you," I think he might have actually chose Brittany over her. I
Absolutely.
I don't. I never saw him have any energy for Jasenia, to be honest.
Like we could tell because when he picked her up, we're like,
Yeah. And you could tell when he was crying over the Rodney situation, he was crying over that. But you could tell, you know how you start crying over one thing, but then you're crying because it's like, it's so much going wrong. Like when he kept crying, I was like, he's crying over more. He's not happy. He's not happy.
oh,
I could just tell.
not happy at all. So Johnny does like kind of say a little bit of something to Logan, and Kate's kind of there, and like, we're talking about you, or your ears should be burning, or something like that. And I don't know why Logan is interested in this. Like maybe he's maybe he's into being a sub, like submissive. Maybe that's his
Maybe.
kink.
Maybe.
Maybe
I
that's his
mean,
kink.
just some men are submissive, and I've said this before because
Not a
I've
lot.
had a lot of people be like, "Oh, I need a man to be." I'm like, yeah, but there are some men who like to be submissive. So,
Yeah.
and there are women who like to be dominant.
Mhm.
You just have to find your lid to your pot. Like
Yeah.
the issue is when you get those people are dom and they want to dom a dom, like
Mhm.
that's not going to happen.
No, 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 no. But maybe Logan is a sub, and he doesn't really know it.
He seems like it. I mean, between Shanae and Kate, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe he just likes being told what to do and someone to tell him that you're stupid. Okay, so I used to like when I worked at this bar in Montreal, we had this guy that loved us to like not torture, but like humiliate
Insult
him.
him.
Yeah, insult him. So like you just like every time we did anything, he just give us like $100. We're like, okay, whatever. What do you want me to do? So we like rubbing like a cloth in his face, and we're just like, I'd be opening my beer bottles in his. So rude. Oh my god. And like I just be like, clean those up, and I'd make a big mess, and he'd just like, oh, like clean it all up, and then give me money. So like I guess at some point I've been a
Yep.
dom in my life to a certain
Yes, you
extent.
have.
I was always like, oh yes, he's coming in. I'm gonna make some money. I'm like, I just be like, yeah, you're paying. Give me more money. Like you're buying me around. We're buying everybody around of shots here. You'd be like, oh, okay,
Mhm.
just do it.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I kind of understand the dynamic a little bit. Very funny, very funny. So Andrew is always excited to get to know NC, and I was excited for him to get to know her as well. Immediately, I felt that they had more of a connection than he's had with
Justinian.
Jasenia. Like Jasenia is just like staying at there, like laying beside him, staring into his eyes, and like they just seem to have a spark, him and NC. So
Right.
she's a Gemini, he's Aquarius. That usually vibes. So I was actually like excited to a certain extent for Andrew because he he had some energy.
He lit
lightened
up
up.
a little bit. I was excited
His
too
face
because he
lit up. His energy went like that. Like she ruined it. I'm gonna tell you, she ruined it.
Yeah, this is exactly what V says. I would have liked Andrew and NC, but she played herself. Played
She did.
herself.
Didn't
She
she? Oh
She,
my god.
but you know what? I think she was doing it for TV. I think she was doing it for the moment. You know what I mean?
You think so?
I think so because like, oh, well, not realizing that he wasn't going to play ball in the way that she thought.
Yeah. I
She
think
thought that they were gonna have a toxic thing like Genevieve and Aaron. That he not
Exactly.
Aaron.
yes.
He not
Yeah.
Aaron.
Or
She,
like come back
she
together.
was trying to say that him and Jasenia had a toxic thing, but she was being toxic towards him and thinking he
Right.
would do it. And when I saw her approach him, I was like, abort, abort. He hates that. It's Andrew. Andrew from Katie season does not like this, and especially when he is involved. He's like, listen, I'm a black man. I don't play those games.
Exactly. She didn't get that memo. So Andrew and NC, though, before it all went sour, are eating oysters, and then they're in the pool, and then they're kissing. And I don't know if they said or I said, but okay, not expecting that. Was it him or was it me?
You. I think it was you.
Well, I definitely wasn't expecting them to be that connected, for them to kiss. And the
I
kiss
wasn't expecting him to kiss her and stuff. Yeah.
Kiss. I was like, okay.
He seemed to know who she was, and considering she was from Clayton's season, which Clayton's not
she's
even
gorgeous.
somebody from his season.
That's taboo.
That means that
Taboo.
he knew who he was coming for.
Dabu, we were all done with Jasenia when she
Yes.
dropped Ivan, and this is
Her
her karma.
I have said, people keep saying, "Oh, but Jasenia's beautiful," and this and that, and they're
Very
like,
cute.
"Oh, Andrew." I was like, "I'm sorry, but I can't feel any kind of sorriness for Jasenia. Like, I feel like she did the same thing to Ivan, and then she got upset when the same thing was done to her, and then she got upset when she did this to what's her name, Brittany, even though not knowing Brittany was going to come back with Tyler. But if Brittany had not come back with Tyler, she would have been just as okay with him continuing to choose her and
I don't
jump
think he would.
into
I
her.
don't think he would have chosen her over
He would not
Brittany.
have chosen her over Brittany if that
Mm-mm.
was an option. But Jasenia would have been okay if he had. And then now she's upset that she got him to dump somebody, but now he's dumping her for somebody else.
Mhm.
She keeps, this is the cycle that she keeps getting, but she keeps on the guys. She's still angry at Chris and Alana for that situation. She's upset at Andrew for this situation, but at some point, girl, you got to learn.
Does she take accountability for the Ivan situation?
She acts like it never happened. You ever heard her mention Ivan's name?
Mm-mm. Yeah, she played herself.
She the victim.
She played herself. So Jasenia, though, thought that they were further along, and no, I didn't think that.
Me neither.
At all.
Being delusional. Yeah.
She knows that they weren't further along, but Andrew does pulls her, and she's saying like, "Oh, I'm all in my feelings." I think she is used to being able to get away with being really cute and really pretty, and like people not wanting to hurt her, like which is, I mean, obviously we don't want people to hurt anybody, but like I think she's gotten by with just like batting her lashes, and it doesn't really work with an Aquarius that's not into you.
Exactly.
Sorry. I support all Aquarius aloofness. So Jasenia now is crying to Danielle. No one here for me.
No. Fine.
Remember, she kind of tried to talk to Alex. Was it Alex that she had pulled aside that time?
Yeah, she had said on Twitter that it was just her checking in to make sure they were all good. She liked who she liked, and he liked who and they were all good. Like there was no messiness between them, which I can see because then otherwise the producers would have made something about it, especially since he walked out the door.
Absolutely. We do see Logan slightly complaining to Brittany and Tyler, and talks about how it's been stressful. And like Paradise shouldn't be that stressful.
Right.
Like you're with the girl that you like. somebody came in and wants to go on a date with you, you are like you're flattered and entered like like want to appreciate that, and you don't want to necessarily be rude to this poor girl that like also is coming in a lose-lose situation. Like I would be stressed out if I had to date Kate. Oh my gosh. And then at the end of the episode, who shows up?
Gabby and Rachel.
Gabby and Rachel, and there's just a whole lot of screaming. A whole lot of screaming. Do you even like their season of girls? like,
Yeah, I mean they're very good friends with some with many of them. I don't know if it's some of the ones that were on the beach. I think Serene definitely is really close to either Gabby or Rachel.
Mhm.
Probably Gabby, because I mean I don't know. Rachel's so annoying. Rachel's exhausting.
Yeah, but
Kate's
I don't know
exhausting,
about
Rachel's
like
exhausting.
I don't know about Kate. She was barely there
But
as
she
far
was
as
saying
I
that like,
could
oh,
tell.
I'm best friends with them.
Yeah, but Eliza did say that Kate was her closest girlfriend. So
I was very surprised on clickbait when she said that. That was
Tourist, Ben.
right.
They're gonna vibe for sure.
yeah,
And they had
like
the same.
when I went to California this weekend, I was sitting at a table and it was like four of us, and they're like tourist, and we were just vibing, and they didn't even realize it. Although I was the only April tourist.
Oh, different.
Yeah.
They different. so, so everybody's talking about Gabby's ring, and like I thought this was kind of funny a little bit, like because we see them saying how uh Genevieve is like made some pterodactyl noise when she saw the ring. I thought that was slightly funny that Erin was saying like, oh my god, like the sound that came out of her mouth when she saw that ring. Slightly funny. Slightly.
And I thought it was funny that Andrew later did it with
Yes.
Thomas.
Oh my god. Thomas is so handsome.
Isn't he?
You know that like I had a crush on him from Rachel, from Gabby's, whatever his name. What's her name? Katie's season. And I was fighting for him. Like people were just so nasty to Thomas. Like, and I was like, Katie was in the wrong here. Like she treated this man poorly.
Terrible.
And you know how we know that we were right, Tamika?
Mm-hmm.
Look at the life that he's living.
Oh yeah, no, I listen, right? And when from Paradise when he was with Becca, I was like, oh, this is gonna work. Because to me, the caliber of guy he is, he could only get the Bachelorette. I feel the same kind of way about Victoria. I feel like the caliber of guy she would get in a Bachelor Nation would have to be a potential bachelor type, and like for it to work. Right. And so
high caliber.
Yes, and like that's just it.
Well, just
like to me, Michelle is not going to get like they're like because Rachel was like, oh, I would only come to the beach if Michelle came with me. I said, but you might find somebody, right? Like a Rachel Recchia might find somebody on that beach, but Michelle ain't finding unless it's a Mike Johnson. Michelle ain't finding somebody on that beach. I don't feel.
Not with who they're casting or bringing back.
No.
Not at all.
Although I did think her and Mario vibed a little on when they were on what's the Bachelor Happy Hour, but still not her caliber. Not her caliber.
He's definitely not her caliber.
He seems sweet. I like him.
Romeo?
Mario.
Oh, Mario. Sorry. I was thinking Romeo.
I don't remember who Mario is right now.
Mario.
He's who was he with? Gabby?
Mario. Oh, on Gabby's season. Okay, I know you.
Oh, yeah, her first impression rose.
Yeah,
gotcha. So Rachel and Gabby are talking to the girls, and they're talking about how Tyler is amazing and he's so ready, and blah 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 blah. And Brittany's really happy about the fact that he's ready for a relationship.
Them together. Brittany,
they're cute.
It wasn't about that me mocking them wasn't about Tyler and Brittany. I actually really do like them together. It was literally about Gabby and Rachel. Like they could have kept this.
Yeah, we didn't need
this. They did not have to come. It's like they just swooped them when they finished filming. It was like, come on over to the beach real quick.
Yes, Dabu.
Dabu, Thomas won Katie's season. Period.
Period.
That is the lie. That should be the tagline for Katie's season. Thomas won.
One.
Like he won so hard that she proposed to him.
Hello.
Like she wanted to make sure that he felt chosen.
And he was
It was at his 90s birthday party, right? That 90s birthday party she threw him. Because she threw him a birthday party that was 90s themed, right? And that's when she proposed? Okay.
And I think he's since proposed to her, or maybe that's who's getting married on or something on the beach. I don't know what's happening, but
yeah, he's since proposed to her recently.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're getting married on the beach. I don't even know if anybody's getting married
on the beach.
Jesse was asking somebody the problem with this show. I don't mind if y'all are going to do this, but y'all are not setting couples up to get married on the spot. I'm sorry.
That's what I was like. Nobody's ready to get
like
married.
it would be so exciting. It would be so exciting to watch it, right? Like if there was a couple ready to, like, you just know that they could just get married on the spot. But
none of these people.
No. You don't think Brandon and Serene could get married on the spot?
No,
I think they should.
I don't think they should. And I love them, and I think they would work. Really, like I think they could get married. I just don't think they should get married on this beach. I think they would regret it.
I don't think anybody needs to get married on that beach.
Uh-oh. What do you mean Mario can't kiss?
Wait, you've kissed him? You've kissed him? Wait, I'm confused.
Maybe that's, I don't know. I thought that she liked this kiss because that's why she got the first impression rose. Because they kissed.
Wait, who's disparaging his kisses? I'm confused.
I don't know. Maybe Dabu didn't like them.
So
Victoria is protective over Johnny, her man, Johnny, because they didn't really have that great things to say about him, but like they didn't say that much. And then Rachel is just like tearing Logan apart. Like
tearing him, girl. She is ripping him.
Like he didn't really do anything that bad to either of those women.
He doesn't know how to commit. Like, see, he jumped up. He broke up with me, and then he went to Gabby, and he was
on a season where they started off dating both of them.
Yes. And then here go Kate. Yes, because see, he was with Shanae and the me, and then he was with, she started going down the line. And I said, ooh, Sarah. She was like, I just want to talk to you all alone. Can I talk to you all?
But like, also, I know that they're not looking at his sign, but Sagittarius people are really hard to lock him down. Like, because they want to be free. They want to explore. They're fire signs that are ruled by Jupiter. So expansive energy. They want abundance. Like,
you have to be very special.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And even then, you like you have to keep things interesting.
Absolutely. And so maybe he's mildly intrigued by Kate and like her ultimatums and like her rules, but like, have you seen he's also done some TikToks about like not having a car?
Yeah, apparently I saw that.
Basically, like everything that Kate said about him, he made like a TikTok like about it. It was kind of funny. He's definitely poking fun at himself and not taking it too seriously. And also said to me that they're not together.
Oh, as he should.
Absolutely. And so Rachel does not respect Logan. I feel bad for Logan though. He has 4 women that he's dated on the beach at the exact same time. Nobody else has that experience, whatever. And another thing that I have my problem with Kate stole him from someone else. So now being like, oh, like you're bouncing around from woman to woman. It's like, well, you were the one that sunk your claws into him.
She stole him from 2 people though. Like
Kate
think about
and Shanae. I mean, Sarah and Shanae.
2 people. Like 2 people.
So like now it's a problem that he was with somebody else before you.
Right.
You wouldn't be here if that didn't happen. Like,
right.
So ridiculous.
It's my same issue with Jasenia.
Exactly.
You wouldn't be here if you didn't steal him, if he didn't move from one person to you. So
Exactly.
what's the issue here? You're just mad because that
They
means
only
you can
care
talk
when it's
to
their
somebody
feelings.
else.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently Logan was their only flip-flopper. It's like, well, it was a new format of the show. I'm going to give him some grace here. You know what I mean? But
They
not Mr.
had
Rachel.
more smoke for Logan than I've seen them have for the two people that they picked that they are now no longer with. Sorry.
No,
Well, she had a lot
Rachel
of
had
smoke
smoke.
for
Rachel,
Tino.
yeah, I gotta disagree. Rachel had plenty of smoke for old
Tino.
Yeah. She had plenty of smoke.
I watched Tino on Nick Vial. Like I dislike Rachel so much that I watched Nick Vial's podcast. You know what I mean? It was just not my favorite person to watch. And I like Tino more than I like Rachel. That's
I don't know. Nick has a way of giving those male centered interviews because I liked Nate's interview as well.
I haven't watched it either. I think I only like him when I agree with him.
Mm-hmm.
When I don't agree with him, he really makes
He
me angry.
Yeah, it's like I think it's like one spectrum
like,
or
hey, what's this? Like I'm like this are like cross. Like okay, like,
on the regular. Yeah, I don't watch him on the regular. I've watched certain interviews, but like his interview with Brandon pissed me off. After Michelle's season, but then his interview with Nate, and I knew that he didn't like Nate, and I watched it and I was like, oh wow, like I really still like Nate after this. Like he did a good job on the interview, and I mean, I don't know.
Oh, he makes me angry though. I totally agree though. I haven't watched the Nate one, but there's some things I can watch him, and then some things I'm like, oh nope, let's change that. Rachel Gabby's disdain of Logan is embarrassing. I hope they put that much energy on their fiance.
That's what I said.
Wait.
I
know.
And I didn't. I said, listen, I didn't watch their season for a reason, and now you're making me very happy that I did not.
Yeah. Oh, be happy. Be happy.
Be happy.
Yeah.
You have those hours.
Yeah. I miss nothing. I miss
nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Actually, absolutely nothing. It was absolutely.
You get to see half of the men anyway on Bachelor Nation. You ain't missing nothing.
I said this is why we see so many of the men got roses and got to stay from their season because they knew that they were coming down to the beach.
Oh boy. He's like Gabby had more smoke for Logan than racist Eric. Oh boy.
I'm saying from what I've seen, yes.
Oh yeah, she hasn't really said anything.
She's not said nothing about Eric.
They didn't
and especially when she found out he was a racist.
They didn't even ask him about that on that
after the final
thing.
rose.
They asked him about that girl. They did not even ask him about those racist things.
So Kate pulls Gabby and Rachel away from the group to chat. And they're talking about like, why does Logan act like he's the bachelor? Why does he act like he's the bachelor? Because these women are letting him do this, right? Like Kate is stealing him from people and people are interested in him and he's interested in getting to know people. He's a 26-year-old guy that has gorgeous women wanting to date him. He is interested in these women. You know, he's not... Right. I don't think he's interested in getting locked down and getting that gym membership and getting buying a house together. Like, I don't think he's there at all.
He likes to be pursued, it seems like.
Yeah, absolutely.
And again, Sagittarius.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. So Michael gets a date card and he reads it. And I'm at the point, this season's so long that almost everybody's voice just irks me. But Michael reading this date card definitely irked me. Tyler, it's time to shoot your shot. Brittany, of course, is going to get this date, which is fine. They're cute. They just both have these cute little round smiley faces.
I know.
And then what the heck was this mic room conversation that we needed to hear? Couldn't this have been left on the editing room floor? But Jen feels like she's impatient, but he thinks, and she's he thinks that she's stressed and annoyed, but she's not annoyed. She's just impatient. And he says it's like itching and pain, they're the same thing. She's like, no, they're not. And so they're fighting over this, and it seems like people can hear them fighting over this. So Wells has to stick his nose in there because he's nosy but and annoying. And he's like, he thinks that this conversation is dumb. And then even the boom operator gets a confessional, pissed off with having to listen to this conversation. As much as I was pissed off that I had to watch it. And then Genevieve is going to leave.
I'm so sick of that. Like, I'm going to pack up and leave, and you need to come chase me and convince me to stay. God. I went and used the restroom. I'm sick of it. I'm so sick of it.
You went to use the restroom?
Yes, I did. I had to use the restroom. So
somebody said, how does she pack so quickly?
I think she just stays packed. It's empty. Her bag's empty, and it's just all for show.
Yeah.
It's all for show. She didn't have any shoes on. She didn't even have any shoes on.
I'm out of here.
So... The part that pisses me off, other than the stupidity of this conversation.
I just need you to see what I wrote. Hold on. I don't even care about them reconciling. Like, I do not care about them trying to reconcile. Sorry, go on.
The part that pisses me off, production using that romantic swelling music.
I was fucking pissed. It wasn't a romantic moment.
It was not romantic. It was gross.
They are a part of the toxicity. They promote it.
And I think this is the second time that they did that.
Yes.
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Well, I didn't like it the first time. I don't like it now either at all.
I did ask Alexa though. And she said that itching and scratching. Because at this point, I'm like,
so you ask Alexa, is an itch and pain the same thing?
I said, is itching a low level pain? And she said, itching and scratching can cause a very slight pain. So I guess.
But if you scratch hard enough, but that's the scratch. It's not the itch.
I know. I don't
listen. Genevieve posted it. She definitely went and Googled that shit.
What does it say?
And let me see. Let me pull out the order. Let's see. Can't see it. Okay. An itch is not a low level form of pain.
It's not.
And this is from Science American. Discovery suggests a dedicated circuit that prompts us to scratch. So it's just nerves.
Yeah, it's not. So it's the scratching that causes a low level of pain, not the itching.
Exactly. So maybe like scratching an itch can cause pain. Might be what he meant to say.
That's what Alexa said.
So then I was like, I had another question. So we're going to come back to that stupid conversation in a sec. But how is Shane pretending that something is going to happen after with this twin? How is she pretending?
I don't know. I'm telling you that they just kept those people so that Gabby and Rachel would see them on the fucking beach because why? Just why?
I don't know. I think this must have been who said he is my person now and forever. Was that Brandon or Serene?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, maybe it was Victoria.
Victoria said that Johnny. She's starting to think that Johnny is her person.
Oh, so maybe it was Victoria that said that. I just didn't write the name down. And then Danielle is just falling for Michael. She's crazy about.
So I guess we're supposed to feel like the difference between Danielle and Sierra is that Danielle is saying things in confessional about how she wants to be integrated in his life and be with his son, but she's not saying it to his face. Whereas Sierra, I guess, was telling him, being transparent, being vulnerable, being open, being honest, telling him to his face, like, oh, I want to be, I want to, share that part of your life. So I guess, is that what we're supposed to, because they keep calling it a friendship, a special friendship, and they're excited to be scared, and they're both scared. So is that what we're supposed to believe, that it's the fact that Sierra was telling him this that was scaring him, and she was coming on too strong, but Danielle isn't really telling him, so that's why it can grow. And is that
I,
what we're supposed to believe? Is that
I
what we're supposed to believe?
I think that's what we're supposed to believe.
I wouldn't know because I refuse to make myself angry even more than I was these last few
I
episodes.
went to check on the food that I was making, I think. Because I was like, okay.
Do it.
So I think
Justice
that
for Sierra.
Yes.
Justice for Sierra.
absolutely. I think that they always had the intention of, exploring a relationship together. He needed to stay on the beach as long as it took for her to get there. Why they couldn't just have dropped her in there day one, I don't know, but
Exactly.
they dropped her in day 6 or whatever. He was already in something, but he knew that Danielle was going to be coming soon, so he dropped Sierra like a hot potato. I think that he led her on the entire time,
Yeah.
and now he's pretending like he didn't. And he's basically saying like she did everything wrong when he gave. Most women don't do, like, if a guy is giving them the open door to be this way,
Mm-hmm.
women will take that opportunity and do that. But a lot of them are hyper aware of not pushing away a guy, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
for the most part, women are like, ooh, like, how many conversations do you have? Like, ooh, should I send this text? Is that
Right.
too many exclamation points? Like,
Yeah.
you're so worried about doing too much that might push that person away, that I can't imagine that she did not feel like he opened that door for her to be acting in this
He
way.
was tonguing her down. Why would she not think like it was an open door?
If he had said to her, if he was really interested, listen, let's just take this super slow.
Thank you.
It's just about you and me. I'm not saying that she would not be thinking about his son because, as I said, from having a conversation with her, she also has a step parent. She's been a stepchild.
Right.
So I don't think it's in her nature to just not think of his son.
Disregard.
Right.
Absolutely.
It's their package deal, of course.
Well, and his whole storyline is the fact that he's a widowed father.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's always been saying that he's looking for somebody that would be able to be in a position where they can be a family with his already son that he had with somebody else.
Right.
And I think that she just wanted to let him know that she's okay with
Exactly.
that position.
That's it.
Because even myself, like, it's not a deal breaker for me, but at my big age, I'm still like, I'm not sure if I would want to get into a long-term committed relationship with someone that's already had children. I think I would want to have that first experience with someone together. You know what I mean? I might. It's not a deal breaker, but like, I might
Yeah.
want that. And she might want that. And so I think that she wanted to make it clear that that's not a deal breaker for her, because he's
Right.
probably come up to people being like look what happened with Nate, right? Gabby
Exactly.
did not
With Gabby
feel
with Nate. Exactly.
that Gabby did not feel as though she was able to be in that child's life
step-parent,
right
yeah.
now, a step parent, where she was at in her life. And so
And on the flip side, Nate got shit for not telling every single person that he's dating
Right.
that he has a child.
He just wanted to be famous. And that was uncaught. I don't even believe
they
that.
definitely,
I just don't even believe
I
that.
thought they were really uncalled for with how they were treating him.
Yeah.
You really should not talk to people how to care for their children, especially if
Right.
you're going on TV, right?
And we don't know what his relationship with the child's mother was
Absolutely.
he able to even see the child
Absolutely.
at that point? We don't know.
Exactly.
And I did actually go back and forth a little bit with Bachelor Data because she was like, "Oh, he should not be the Bachelor." I said, "Wait a minute."
You guys are
I-
simping over Michael here.
I'm like, I said, so Pilot Pete can go run his whole line of 1 through 5,
Mhm.
but Nate is not ready to be the Bachelor because he was possibly dating 1 or 2 people before this and didn't tell one of those people that he had a child. Fuck that.
Everybody doesn't have to know my business. I don't have to tell everybody what's going on in my life if I'm not serious
She's
about
like,
you.
oh, well, I didn't bring Pilot Pete into this. I said, no, I brought Pilot Pete into this because no, I have not ever seen you say disparaging about him as a bachelor for you to be coming here, Miss. You're the data person to be coming to say that Nate is
Get him,
not
Mika.
allowed to be
Get
the
her.
bachelor.
Get her,
Mhm.
Mika.
It's true. It's so true. So Mara and Jasenia talk. I didn't write what they're talking about, but it's probably about Andrew. Or no,
No,
it was
they were
about Mara.
talking about both.
It was about Mara
because
not being able to find someone necessarily there. I think something
and
like that.
Justinia saying,
Yeah,
just
it
you
was.
never know what's gonna
And that
happen.
Jasenia was going through something similar.
So we see it's Brittany's first date with her boyfriend, oh, Tyler. So
She looked cute
How
in
did
that
we
white
get
dress.
here? How did we get here? How did 2 weeks ago just met to 2 weeks later he's your boyfriend? Not that I
we didn't
mind.
see
I
the
just wanted
boyfriend
to know
scene.
the
I want to
But
progress.
we see conversation over pain, low level pain and itching, but you're not showing where they decided to be boyfriend and girlfriend. They show the wrong thing. They show
think
20
that we
minutes
care
of
about.
motion, but you don't show pertinent conversation. They picked the wrong thing.
No, but they think that we care about Genevieve and Aaron, and we don't.
We
I
don't.
think that they're
We
misguided.
don't.
So
Not at all.
apparently, though, Brittany's date with Tyler was the best date that she has ever had. And then they were doing goofy dancing. I'm not a goofy dancing person. Like, dance well or don't dance at all, or like be a really good goofy dancer. But like, I just don't find it endearing, to be honest. I'm just like, I'm so wacky. I'm goofy. It's like I'm like pass. But we do find or hear that she is falling in love with Tyler. Ooh. Okay.
I like them.
They're okay. They're fine. They're fine. They can goofy dance. Okay, I'm sorry. People don't come for me. Just goofy dance. Becca and Tyler Thomas arrive, and I want to see them. Is what I wrote down. Oh,
And
finally they bring a
Let me
couple.
see the ring. Let me see the ring.
I loved
That
it.
was really cute, Andrew.
Yes. More Beccas and Thomases, less
Yes.
Jared and Al.
Instead of Ashley.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Less Wells.
And it had
telling
nothing
stories
to do
about
with
Sarah.
married people. I have been married. Married people can be hip. They were just annoying.
Yes.
Yeah.
And not helpful.
Well, and like I guess I prefer so much more their relationship, and like they just seem to like they really seem to love each other, and like just like how he calls her Boops, I'm just like it's just so cute, like and like how she calls him Tommy. I'm just like I don't know, like I just
and they are a true paradise
successful
couple.
Mm-hmm.
And what a difference a year makes. Yeah, they are a true paradise couple.
And they love their dog. I don't know. They're just, I love them together so much. And I remember in the beginning, like seeing all these, we're trying to piece together everything. We're like, was that the same cup that Thomas used? Is that from her house? And like people are doing, like looking at the plant where Thomas
in the background. Yeah.
Wasn't she with Aaron and then Thomas came in? Or wasn't she dating Aaron or something?
No,
and then
Tammy was with Aaron. Tammy
was with Aaron. Oh.
And then Thomas took Tammy from Aaron.
Oh, okay.
And then Thomas went on a date with Becca, and that changed everything.
Okay.
So yes, Andrew joking about the ring, so cute. We learned that there's going to be a Sandy Hawkins dance, 90s style, where basically the women are going to ask out the men. And if they're going to do this, couldn't they have allowed these women to have better grand gestures?
I know. I
like,
remember. I just did poster boy. We used to do Sadie Hawkins dances. I was going to high school in the 90s, in the late 90s, and so we just kind of did like poster board and went to their class and stuff like that. But they could have let them do really grand gestures. Like, come on.
Well, like I guess Genevieve was been the best with the mariachi band, I guess. But then Brittany was in like a kiddie pool filled with balls and just surprised him.
But she didn't even use a pun on words. I thought she was gonna say like
You're a real catch. Like,
or balls over, I don't know. I want to dive in, or I don't know, something, but she was just like,
and then
and
he
then
falls in and kisses
Corinne got this
him.
big sundae, and then she just like, I'm sweet on, and we couldn't even tell it was, it looked like a whole thing of banana. I didn't know what was going on. I just,
not good. Victoria does the Johnny checklist, and the final check was, will you go with me to the dance or whatever? And who's
Danielle
that?
did a face.
Oh, I'm like, who's Daniel?
Danielle, she did paint on his face,
It
and
didn't even
then
look good with a check mark. It was bad. I didn't like it. Okay, so Kate pulls Logan before she's gonna ask him to dance.
poor Logan, because at this point I would have been like, look, I'm
I've
tired
been
of this.
waiting for Logan to give it to her and be like, I'm just not that into you. He says that he wants out of the doghouse. I want him out of the doghouse too.
Right.
It's not fun to see them not getting along and him always having to prove something to her when
Right.
you're on a beach. Have a good time. You got the guy, Kate. Now have fun with him. Like, instead of micromanaging him, it's so obnoxious.
It's gross.
So the dance, it looks kind of fun. I know obviously they're trying to make it look like a good time. They had to vote for prom king and queen. And I really just thought that the obvious answer was going to be Brandon and Serene, but we learn at the end of the episode that the prom king and queen is Michael and Danielle. No, it wasn't.
They want them to be the it couple.
Oh, because Serena P and Joe were prom king and queen.
Yes.
I just thought
Grocery
about that.
store Joe edit. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm. I did like the dance battle. That looked a little fun.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I love a good dance battle. That's something that, like, if I'm like dating somebody and like we go out somewhere, I'm be like, let me see your moves. I'll outmove you in a second, but let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's fun. So I was happy with that, even though it was a little bit choreographed, whatever. I thought that was really fun. I thought that Brandon was really into it, which was funny.
Yeah.
I like that they had the caricature artist, the fortune teller.
I used to love characters.
Yeah.
I was like that. I just thought it was funny that last year was the 80s and this year was 90s. Because it was like, so are they just going to keep going through?
Yeah, next year will be the 2000s.
But like, what's the 2000 style? I don't know. I think I was too close to it. I have no idea what that style is.
No, me neither.
I mean, I guess
not dance wise.
Say again?
Not dance wise. I couldn't even tell you.
I have no idea. Like Usher, maybe?
Oh, Usher. Mm-hmm.
Usher's kind of the 2000s.
Chris Brown, he came in the 2000s, like the early 2000s. Chris Brown, maybe. I don't know.
I think it's gonna be like Nelly.
Oh yes, Saint Lunatics, definitely. I was
trying to think. It was like,
give me 2 pair. Yes. Okay.
So yeah, I mean, it looked like it was a good time. And then I'm like, more Danielle and Michael. Why me? Why? What do I have to do? Anything. And then Jasenia is upset that Andrew is giving NC energy. They're dancing. They're having a good time. They're making out. And she's just over there just seething. Seething. And so she's upset and talking to Mara and crying and about wanting to have a conversation with Andrew. And I'm just like, leave Andrew alone. You don't even like the man.
Not like that.
No.
But she just mad that somebody else is getting it. And then she let the fortune teller hype her up. She like, yeah, I'm gonna go talk to
her. I must have missed that part. So what did the fortune teller say?
The fortune teller told her that she needed to be bold, make a declaration. You need to, tell your truth and all that stuff. And so that hypes her up. Like she needs.
Is that the 2000s?
Oh yeah, Soldier Boy. Yeah.
Wait, what year are we right now? We're the 2020s. Will that be like weird like TikTok dances?
Yes.
And like stupidness?
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Although the cuff it dance is very good.
I love the cuff it dance. The cuff it song is so good.
It is.
Like one day, like I went out for like some drinks or whatever, and I just came home and I listened to it on repeat and danced for like 2 hours at 4 a.m.
It's a good song. Especially, have y'all seen that that video and it's this like Caucasian man. It's like there's like a work thing and he's on the step and he cannot get it for the life of him, but he has so much energy.
Yeah,
But
No.
he is offbeat the whole time. I love to see even the people who are offbeat and can't get it. I get a kick out of them. I get a kick
I'm
out of
telling you, that whole entire album. I can't wait to go to the concert. I was literally in the club and in the lounge when I went to LA, and and I was sitting there, and they were playing Drake, and I was sitting here like, y'all could have just kept Beyonce on
Yes.
repeat. Like, I
Nobody
don't.
wants to hear Drake and 21 or whoever the people 22. I don't want
I don't. He has a new song out though. No, it's in like I don't know. Does he have like 8 number one top 10 songs out right now or something?
I don't know. I haven't listened to any of them. So,
It sounds the same to me, but I'll support him because he's from Toronto.
Oh,
mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a Canadian boy. He grew up near me.
Okay.
So okay, I wrote that he was never that into her, Jasenia, right? He was never
I agree.
into Jasenia,
It wasn't.
Never saw it.
and I think that one of the reasons why he was so easy to jump over to NC because he probably just thought that we're just kind of sticking together to keep us both in the game, but
Yeah.
I don't think that he ever really felt that way about her. You
Yeah.
know, he didn't give her any energy from in my
It was. She literally forced the connection between the two of them.
And he
Absolutely.
never lied to her. He never was sitting around telling her, I'm falling for you. I want to be with you. You my person. You know, that's what I was like. You're making it seem like this man
proposed
led
to
you
you.
on to believe, and he was telling you some words and reading you poems every day and telling you y'all gonna be together, and then he just pulled the rug from under y'all. And you know that's not what it was. Y'all was
Nope.
laying around on the bed on the beach all day. That's all y'all were doing, taking naps. It wasn't nothing real. Like, come on. Come on.
So Jasenia basically tells Andrew that he did Paradise wrong, and that also pissed me off. It's like, you know what? You are doing Paradise wrong, Miss
Exactly.
Jasenia. You
This is your
are not.
second time.
Yeah, you should be
Mhm.
better at this.
With
But
your
like
Britney
he,
Spears
in my
hairstyle.
opinion, is
Mhm.
doing Paradise. Like he should be pretty bummed for the fact that like the girl Teddy that he was interested in dumps him, and then like he didn't really have some good options, and then Brittany, what he was kind of vibing with, and then she goes to the split week and she meets somebody else. Like, and he's not had the best Paradise experience, but
Right.
she's spinning it on being like you're jumping around from girl to girl and you're leading them on and you're not making a decision. It's like, well, you know what? If he was into you, he would have made a decision, right?
Exactly. And then you say, oh, because you made it about the boys. You spent more time with the boys. And he was like, because I wasn't well. Do you know what I was trying to do just to hold on? I just wanted to be around people who were genuine because I wasn't well. I was struggling. And so if you knew that he wasn't spending that much time with you and he was with the boys, how was he leading you on? You're contradicting yourself in the whole statement. Like, it doesn't even make sense.
So Dabu says Jasenia is trying hard to villainize Andrew. I don't remember him making any promises to have a future in the real life. Exactly. None.
None.
None. So while they're having this conversation where I'm just like, Andrew, you should just be like, I was just not that into you. I'm sorry. I didn't think it was that serious. I'm sorry that you thought that we were more serious than I felt. I didn't realize that we were on that. That's where we were. We never really had that conversation. So I'm sorry if you feel like I led you on, but this is where I'm at now. And she'd been pissed, but like he'd be done. I just wanted him to shut it off instead of explaining himself, unfortunately. But then go ahead.
And Andrew's fault here, although I do feel like he handled most of it
It looked pretty fine, like pretty
pretty good,
well.
considering
He could have handled it
is he
much
doesn't
better.
want to look like a bad guy,
Yes.
Absolutely, and that's the problem.
and that's the problem. He
Yep.
doesn't want to look like the bad guy. He doesn't look like the bad friend. He doesn't want to look like he hates it. And I get it. Like, I'm kind of the same way. I don't want to be the bad, but I have learned in my older age that,
It's like the bad
so
guy.
you
What do
know
you do?
what, I gotta be the bitch. So, and he'll get
That's
there. He's young.
the edit as well. He doesn't want to come across as the black man, the big black.
Yeah,
mean
that's what I
black
mean by
man.
the bad guy, the
Yeah.
villain,
Yeah.
villainized black man. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Hmm.
Villainize. It's so annoying. Like that she. There's just no tact. There's no
Nope.
nuance. Like it's just like how can you not see what was going on here? Like it just, anyways, it's just really
Why do you
frustrating.
make somebody tell you the same thing 7 times? Like that's what I don't understand. You just talking around in circles. He has said it, but you did it wrong. But I just no, because you did this and you did that. But I just no, because let me tell you. I mean, it's like he's already said it 3 times
He's
already. It's
like,
like
well, this
it
is
just
what I wanted to do. I want to explore relationships. Like I wanted to meet new people.
I
Like,
had hope. I wanted love. I was looking for love. I want that
and
spark.
like what she should have been hearing, and she probably heard, but she didn't want to hear it, is that it wasn't with you,
you.
Jasenia.
You want
Because
my
if he had
person.
found love with you, he wouldn't be looking for love with anybody else.
Yes.
Get a clue, girl. Get a clue. So NC's trying to grab him. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not the move. Like,
Do it again. Say it again, Jessa. Do it again. Do it again. Say "oh my god" again. The way you said you
me?
were like, "oh my god."
Oh, I don't know if I can do it again. It was in the moment. But like, come on. She like it's so all kinds of do not do this. Like like
And not even just do not
Sure.
do this. Do not do this with Andrew.
no,
He
that was
does not
How
like it.
insecure do you have to be that you can't even let somebody have a conversation in front of you? This not they didn't walk away. This is not on the beach when they walk all the way down there. You can't see. You looking direct. They're just having a conversation.
Like, I understood maybe the first time her going there slightly, only because they were like arguing and it was supposed to be a party. They were supposed to be having a good night. I could understand her like, listen, let's not let her mess up the night. Let's go. But when he politely said to you, listen, I have to finish this conversation. I will come back to you when it's time. You should have just left it alone.
We're getting too old for the show because see, we as mature women, we can understand that. These young girls cannot understand that. Why wouldn't you want somebody to end something and be done with it so you don't have to worry about it anymore? If you let him have this conversation and let him end it, then you ain't got to worry about her no more. Y'all can go off in the sunset.
yeah, you could be like, oh my god, what was that about? Oh my god, you poor things. I'm sorry you had to deal with it. You know what I mean? Like that's what should have happened, I think. So Dabu's saying and just said he talked about being racially abused after her fight with MJ. Now this, who's MJ?
Um, she's talking about their when they were on Max season.
Oh,
Oh, the girl.
that whole thing. I remember that.
MJ with the curly hair. Mm.
Yes,
I
I
remember
remember
her.
that. I didn't know she was
Oh,
saying she was
now I
racially
remember that
abused.
Yesenia was a little bit of a gaslighter and
Yes,
like
back then.
not
Remember?
that MJ was kind, but like Yesenia emotionally manipulates
Yes.
quite a bit, and I don't enjoy it personally. It's too toxic for me.
Because even then, he let MJ go, and then remember he went on a date with Jasenia like the next thing
Yep.
and let her go, and she acted like Matt had like led her on, and I was like,
She get a driving date, a car date?
yeah,
I'm
it
like,
was like a
that's
whole
that's a friend,
driving date,
that's a
and it
friend
was like,
zone date, girl.
I was like, girl, what? But at the end of it, she kept acting like he like led her on. I was
I
like,
remember. I mean, Matt wasn't a great bachelor, obviously, and at that point, I remember being like slightly on her side for the fact that he's not really good at expressing himself
Right.
clearly. But
yeah,
now I see her pattern is that
Yeah.
she doesn't take the clues and
Right.
the hints. She takes what she's decided in her mind is going on, and that's the truth. And then if they don't do what she thinks that they're supposed to do, they let her on. Absolutely.
Exactly.
never the twain shall meet. No.
No. So then when Jasenia's talking with Andrew basically says, my heart's with someone else. I think he's just using this to get out of this situation.
No, I believed him. I believed him. Yeah, and I wasn't the only one. I was in the Black Roses Clubhouse room, and a bunch of us actually believed him. I'm telling you, I believed him. Not to say that him and Teddy are going to come off the show and be together, but he did not expect Teddy to eliminate. He thought that if he gave her space, they might come back together or he might have a shot. But remember, she left without talking to him. She left without closure. And he came to that, the one name that man had in his mouth was Teddy.
Mm-hmm.
He
And I
came
think
to the
that's why
beach
he was
for
trying.
her.
And I think that's why he was trying to give Jacinia clarity, because he never got clarity. And I think that's what he was trying to get. If, like, let me just talk to her and finish this, because
Right.
I would want clarity. I never got clarity, and I'm discovering that's my problem. That's
He
why I haven't
didn't
been able
get
to move on,
closure.
because I didn't get
Exactly.
clarity and closure. Let me give it to her. Let me
Yeah.
do that. And why you keep coming over here? I told you I'll
Right.
be with you in a minute. Like, what is going on?
Oh,
Right.
God.
And here
Yeah.
goes Jacinia. She's giving you an ultimatum, and I don't think that's fair.
You like honestly, NC, you were in a power position, and like you allow Jasenia to
Yep.
school you.
Yep.
Like she just needed to be Gemini
She just
unbothered.
needed to stay. I think if she had stayed back, we
Yep.
would not be. We would not have seen 3 eliminations tonight. We would have
Exactly.
seen one.
Right.
We
Yeah,
would have
like if she
seen one.
stayed back and just was like, whatever will be, will be.
Yep.
Like, you know, there was stuff going on before I hit the beach, so he could do what he wants to do. I'm gonna go and have a good time. Nothing makes you more attractive than having a good time.
And
Exactly.
being unbothered. Being
Unbothered,
buck
good
busy and
time,
unbothered.
You've been
having
there 3 days.
fun.
You've been there 3 days, but you said please 27 times. You've been there 3 days, but said please 27 times.
No, he said yes. I don't know what. I don't know even know if it was 3 days, because he said to her, "Yesterday was amazing," and I was like, so you're saying it was just yesterday? Like it was just a day. It was just a day.
So to get to your point of 27 times begging, so Jasenia is leaving. Andrew's heart's with someone else. Andrew walks up to NC. He's not happy with how everything was going down. I think really saying how you kind of kept on interrupting and giving me an ultimatum, and it was really annoying. And we do hear a bit about him wanting to be a great guy, and I think that this is definitely it's going to be something that he's going to need to learn, because you being a good guy, not being direct, it's allowing people to think that, you know, that you're leading them on. So
Right.
if you were clear and being like, hey, this is just a friendship rose, right?
Right.
And then it would have been sorted.
And I think I don't know if we've had the conversation here, but I think we have had the conversation. I've either had it here or in spaces. Some men don't understand that we as women would rather you like literally say, listen, it'll hurt. We might be pissed. It's going to fuck us up a little bit, but we'd rather you say, listen, I'm not into you.
Yeah.
This is not going anywhere. We're not going to be together, especially a younger woman. And I think we had this on a Love Island conversation with some like a similar vibe. Be direct.
Yes.
Be direct. Oh, it was Danica. It was a Danica situation where I feel like some of the guys weren't
Right.
as like, I ain't into you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Be
Like,
clear.
be clear. You have to, and you have to. I think it was
letting someone down easy is
Yeah.
letting them down really hard, basically.
Right. And so if you're not that direct, there's always going to be like that little open door that people
Exactly.
think you
So
can
you're
walk into.
saying there's a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance, and that like, and he'll have to learn that he's 27. Like he'll learn that, but that's basically where he needed to be at with some of these women. That's there was no door. We are over. You and me, we're never gonna have anything after this. And I'm still hung up on. I really do believe him, because it did seem to take him a while in the beginning to move forward.
I mean,
and people kept saying it. Yeah. But I mean, did he stay on the beach? Yeah, maybe he shouldn't have stayed on the beach. Maybe,
no,
but he
on the
did
beach,
stay.
like I agree with Dabu here a little bit. I feel like Andrew is fixated on an idea or fantasy of Teddy, but doesn't really know her.
That's what I'm
Yes, I didn't
saying.
get to know
That's
her.
what
He
I'm
didn't get to know
saying.
her.
That's what I'm saying. He thought she was. It's kind of like Rodney and Eliza. I think he thought she was his person, because that is what he like
It's
just
like
from the
Claire and it's Claire and Dale all over again.
yes,
It's like
yes, it's just
fantasizing about who you think this person
think this
is
person
and then
is
not
instead of
actually.
them being that person, and I
Right.
just think he couldn't get past that, and he needed to let himself get past that because Teddy's not worried about him,
No, not at all.
Right.
not at
Poor
all.
thing.
So
Ugh.
Yeah,
NC begs Andrew to stay, but Andrew leaves. NC is bawling. Both are leaving.
no, no,
And
no.
then
I want to discuss the fact that she had her hands on this man.
I don't know if I was watching. Okay.
I was watching and it made me very uncomfortable because I kept screaming at the TV for his mental health sake. Let him go. He's miserable. He's not, let him go.
Like,
Stop
why are
boxing
you?
him
She
in.
was holding on to his
Stop
shoulder. She was holding on to his. She was holding on to his
his
face. She
face.
was
She just would not let him go. And if that was a man doing that to a woman, it would have been a problem. It's like,
yeah,
stop it. He's telling
yeah.
you no.
It
And
was
finally
gross.
he says to her, dude. When a man
Dude,
says to you, dude, because I don't
dude.
like that. I don't like bro. I'm a woman. Don't talk to me like so I'm already, but when a man says to you like, dude, let me, I cannot, no, she's like, I'm begging you. Finally, even after she says please 27 times, she said beg 12. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. I went back and counted, y'all. I know what I'm talking about. I rewound it and I just could not believe it. I'm like, why are you having a full-fledged meltdown just to be on TV one more day? In 2 days, you got to make a decision. He's not going to propose to you. Y'all was going to go home anyway. Like, ma'am, calm down. Calm
Her
down.
and Jasenia showed their ass. It did not like Jasenia on one spectrum, but her on another. Both
Yeah.
grossly abusive, in my opinion. And Andrew handled himself very properly, considering what energy both of them gave to him,
Yep.
and he did the right thing tonight.
Exactly. You're
Oh my
right, Dabu.
god.
You're right.
Yeah, it definitely was a problematic moments. And we get left with Wells doing a set. That's where we learned that Michael and Danielle are prom king and queen, that nobody voted for
So,
them.
Nobody.
no.
And that was the end of these last two episodes. Next week, it looks like it's a season finale. Now, does that mean that the after the final paradise or whatever is after next week, or is it the
No.
week after?
No, it's the same.
Okay,
No,
good, good,
it's the
good.
same
All
week.
done next week. We're
All
done.
done.
I
All
need
done.
some of my time back.
Yes, all
I
done.
mean, I need the season over.
Yes.
Thanksgiving is next Thursday.
Right. So they want to be done.
So I
Yeah.
hopefully it's just done. I hear that the reunion was a shit show. They're
I
basically just
know.
leaning into this whole you know who and you know who situation.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Since Nick
listening to
Viall,
clickbait and they wouldn't tell anything, but they were saying it was crazy.
yeah, everybody's saying it was crazy, and especially since Nick Viall got to do a whole reel and TikTok about it. I think the producers are just like, "Fuck it, this is promotion for the reunion. Get everybody to watch." Because listen, the last few episodes have been terrible. Like we're going day by day at this point, and they could have kept a lot of this. This was an unhealthy episode. They showed one unhealthy couple after another. Like no, let's not do this ever again.
Thank
Exactly.
you.
Because I heard that the reunion was it was so much drama. I'm sure they should have done like a whole episode just based off of the reunion. They could have combined the two episodes this week. See, we didn't have to see moping for a half an hour on Monday. Like they just could have combined all of this stuff into 1 2 hour.
I
They
don't know how they're gonna do it. I don't know if they're gonna weave things in and out, or they're gonna just show us at the top of 1 hour, like within 1 hour, them overnights, breakups, and then proposals the next hour, and then the whole another 4 hour, 2 hour episode is gonna be
the
a two
reunion.
part reunion basically, because that's basically 2 hours of content. So I don't know. I don't know, but
Mhm.
that I
We're
it
watching
needs
it.
to be
That's
over.
what we do. No,
Yeah,
we'll watch it so you don't have to.
yeah. We're watching. We're still here.
We're still here. Well,
I
thank
I
you.
I need
Welcome.
these 4 hours wait for 5 hours.
Yes, we sacrificed for you all. 1 o'clock in the morning, and we're still talking about it for
So
you
we're
all.
done. This is it. This is it. Yes, I need reunion, need some clarity. Yes, and I need it to be done. I need it to be wrapped up in a bow and done. But you know what? Though I had fun talking about this episode
Yes.
with you both, or both these episodes with you both, it made it entertaining and more entertaining than the episode was. Absolutely, I laughed more. I enjoyed this time together way more than either of these two episodes these past few days. So thank you both for making this bearable.
Yay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bearable. Oh, yes. Oh, gosh. Okay, we got to go.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys again next week. Do either of you have anything you want to share with the people before we say goodbye?
Just follow me on Entertainment in Color. I did go to a screening for Wakanda Forever in LA, so I'll be dropping little videos of my time in LA and the things that I did. So I encountered some great and amazing people. So I'll be dropping some reels and TikToks with that. So follow me on Entertainment in Color for that, and also don't forget to listen to my podcast, A Passionate Eclectic and a Retired Liar. Hashtag A Pearl on all your YouTube and podcast platforms.
Perfect. Perfect. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to this channel and subscribe to Miss TJoy's channel and Entertainment in Color on YouTube. Like this video and let us know which story do you most want to hear about at the reunion, and which storyline do you least want to hear about at this reunion. I want to hear your least and most favorites. So we will be back to talk about the finale. Finally, it's been so long. Next week, and we'll be very happy that it's done.
Ciao.
Ciao, everybody. Thank you for being here. You guys in the chat make it enjoyable as well. So thank you.